Welcome. I'm Gary Parr, Editorial Director, Maintenance Technology Magazine, and we're back with the third in our series of interviews with speakers who are presenting at the 2017 Mainstream Conference in Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes.
And with us we have from Domtar Paper Company, Larry Bryant. Larry, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Larry's talk, Journey to Reliability, Alignment, Training, Results, Empowerment, Ownership. And just, I didn't get to hear your talk because I was otherwise occupied, but just reading what and looking at your slides, looks like you folks kind of did a self-evaluation and discovered that you had some learning to do.
We actually had the opportunity to learn. We didn't know what we didn't know.
So the biggest question I have for you is what's it like? What do you have to do to get over that hurdle of we got it all figured out? You know?
It was a challenge. First, you got to self-accept that everything you think is right may not be right, and you have to go into an evaluation mode to do some soul searching. Really, if you're leading the effort, or if you're working with people who think that what they're doing is the right thing to do, they've been successful, helping them understand they could be more successful. It's a challenge, but once you get through that hurdle, once you get some wins to realize you really didn't know what you didn't know, it becomes much easier than to start to look into everything you do to challenge it to get better.
So we approach that with some small projects just to demonstrate that there's things to be learned here, and then just build it from there.
Correct. We partnered with Reliability Solutions, and through that partnership we're able to learn some skills, put those skills into practice, and had some very quick wins right off the bat, and those wins help fuel future support.
I assume communication across the board is just critical to having any success?
Exactly. We've been able, from the middle, we've been able to go up to the C-level leadership in our company and down to the floor level as well with our message and with our program, and take their input, engage them, let them be a part of the process, and we've come out better because of that.
Yeah, you mentioned in the writings that you did, leading from the middle.
Yes.
And of course the challenge is always to get the upper management to buy in and understand that what you guys are doing really affects the bottom line.
Yep.
But then leading also down from the middle is a challenge.
Yeah, so we had to reflect on what's in it for them. So the leadership's looking for better reliability, be able to support our customers more just in time. We make a commitment in sales, we're able to support that commitment, what it means long-term overall to the bottom line, down to the craft skills of the frontline operators, and making their lives better as well. It's okay to want a better quality of life with better reliability. That's an okay comment to make. And when people were able to start saying that, we want things to be better, they were able to buy in.
And you said in there that your understanding, aligning your understanding of what reliability is. How did you approach that to find a true understanding of reliability?
One of our executive vice presidents, Jack Bray, was actually my mill manager for a while, and it was interesting that as he came to our mill from a different mill, some of the phrases, some of the terminology we used were the same words but with a different meaning. So as we talked about reliability, and he went on to his new role at the corporate level, he took that understanding with him. So he was a large proponent in saying we need to align what we're saying. Because when you ask 10 different people what reliability is, you're going to get 15 different answers. So we actually took the opportunity. Our first step was to align the vocabulary. And we did a 3.5-day leadership training class in all of our facilities, including our corporate offices, on this is what reliability leadership means. And from that, we came out with a common vocabulary.
So bringing in, that's one big step, bringing in the corporate leader management.
It took 18 months to get that class scheduled. Ended up going from 3.5 days down to 1, but the 2 executive vice presidents at that time actually stayed late and wanted more training after the group had left. So that helped me understand we were getting buy-in and support.
Yeah, they were fully appreciating what you were trying to accomplish.
Well, and by that time they had saw some results. They saw some bottom line effects, and they felt like we were on the right path.
Yeah, that's got to be uplifting to have that.
It is. We've had a very unique, I've got very unique leadership in our company. They've been patient to let the results tell whether we're doing good or not, as opposed to wanting some kind of a spreadsheet or a report every month that crosses every T and dots every I. And truly the bottom line is showing the improvement both in productivity, uptime of our processes, and the overall effect that has on our financials.
And that's so key to have people across the board who are patient, because this doesn't happen overnight.
And it's hard to measure. It's hard to monetize everything you do and be able to say this caused that and that reflected this and this is the value that came from that. We've all been through a process where that soft cost evaluation and claiming gets out of hand, and then such, those numbers aren't trusted much for the most part anymore.
Yeah. Then here's one, you got to explain this one to me. Realizing doing the right thing is the right thing, but only when working on the right thing.
It's interesting, as we started the process, and we've got several different concepts going on in our company improvement processes, but if we get a group of people together who don't know what they don't know, they'll come out with a tremendous improvement program that misses the mark. So we have to help people understand that we don't know what we don't know. Let's talk about that. And once we get an understanding of what the true meaning and what the true inputs need to be to get the results that we didn't know we could possibly get, now we're working on the right thing. But to get folks together who think they're doing the right thing, who don't know they're not doing the right thing, leads you to the wrong answer.
All right, that clears that up for you. And then your other thing that stuck with me, making accountability a partnership. I like that.
Accountability can't be any one group in the overall process. It has to be everybody together. So if we have separate goals or grading marks, if you will, in different departments, you end up causing a competition to see who can get theirs to look the best. So we have shared the responsibility or the accountability for all of this with everybody. And reliability is everybody's ownership, from the person who cleans the floors to the person who operates the most complex piece of equipment, to the person who maintains, to the person who stocks parts in the warehouse, to the person who buys, and to those who manage. It's everybody's ownership.
So you're talking about a team then?
Imagine that.
That's just crazy talk. I can't even.
What a novel concept. We're not fully where we want to be, but we're definitely much further than we were when we started the journey 3 years ago.
And I assume with each passing day and each success, the enthusiasm and the momentum builds.
It does, and so you've got to the point of now that you've gotten the excitement of improving in place, the sustainability that has to come behind it. And recognizing that you don't always get big wins. Sometimes they're small wins. Sometimes you're building for the next big win. Getting people to participate in that and take ownership of it. They want to be a part of that success. And as I mentioned in my talk, the pride that we've seen in our tradespeople and our operators, that now they can be a part of our success. Their input matters. Their input makes an important factor in whether we succeed or not. All the way up to the leadership who get to hear those comments, who get to have that open employee engagement. It really shows we're starting to come together as a group.
Yeah. In the factories that I've toured, the ones that you can tell they have a successful program like that, they're working on it, and there's a different air and demeanor in the employees in the way they go about their business.
There's a difference between night and day from when we started to where we're at.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.